Well, hello again, family, friends, fellow investors in Draper Provisions and the Library Cafe and Draper Purveyors LLC, the property owning company. This is John Boyer here. Katie Pritchard's behind the camera as always, the founders of Blacksburg Wine Lab and these two establishments, Draper Provisions and Draper Purveyors, with what might end up being kind of one of the final big updates on our Draper Road project. And we have to apologize because me and Katie were just talking and I was like, oh, we haven't done an update for like a month. And she pointed out, no, it's been 2 months because the last update we did was right before we went to France back in May. And we have just been so overwhelmingly busy with both businesses ever since that time just escaped us. But a lot of things have happened and we are rapidly approaching the finish line. So as always, we'll start in the front and the exterior and then we'll head inside for our rapid fire updates. By the way, if anybody wants to do a personalized tour today, tomorrow, this weekend, just let us know. We'll even pull up in some champagne here on site for you. You hit us up and let us know. We can have a group party if you like. But the quick updates now are that we are standing in the middle of the facade, which was already painted white the last time we had an update. And we have now started the final phase of the exterior work, which is the framework you see around the front doors. It's going to be a parapet that goes up in wood, and the signage, you go, the Draper Road Provision signage will go right above that. And all of these eaves are now starting to be built out to provide a little relief from the sun and the rain on the front patio. And speaking of which, we have a great front patio. This actually happened a month ago, but it still looks brand new to us. And that is this giant, I think it's 400 square foot patio that was poured a month ago, and we wrapped it around on the Miller Street side. So since our last update, you now have a brand new sidewalk that we donated to the town of Blacksburg, or we built it for them. On the Miller Street side, there's never been a sidewalk there before. And then we flowed in with the concrete on the Miller Street side, so there'll be seating around there. And then this big, beautiful patio here on the front. And of course, we poured brand new sidewalks all the way across the front of the place as well. Go. Go. Kind of the last phases are in the next couple weeks. That facade will be completely built up. Hopefully our signage will be done and installed in different locations on the front. And the only thing left after that is paving the parking lot, which is a kind of finishing detail that we will not do until we're getting ready to open. And by the way, when is that going to happen? Within the next 3 months. No, my friends. Maybe within the next 3 weeks, but we're still shooting to have at least the grocery store component open by the end of this month. But August is our month. Things will be happening in August because things are happening too fast for it not to be open by August. But let's jump inside and see the recent developments of the last 2 months. So come on in. Right when you walk through the doors, it doesn't appear a whole lot has changed, because maybe it hasn't right here in the foyer. But as we turn over to go to the left-hand side of the business, this is where the grocery gourmet shop's going to be. And you say, oh, hey, look at that. We already have a front counter area that's been built. And by the way, it's the 16th. Tomorrow is Friday the 17th. Actually, our countertops will be coming in tomorrow. So by this time tomorrow, there'll be countertops here and in the bar area and the front counter area of the cafe. But let's keep pressing this way. So you see all this stuff on the floor. It seems like the floor is covered. Doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on, and just a bunch of furniture and junk piled in here. But a lot of this is the lighting that's all being installed in the next 5 days. All the pendant lighting that's being hung. And a lot of this is furniture that we have been acquiring slowly from different places, including some vintage pieces we got from Zeppeli's that you'll see on the gourmet grocery store floor very soon. Other things that have happened is that we finally got all the HVAC installed, the coolers completely installed and hooked up, electrical systems are full powers installed and hooked up. We had these beautiful doors that just got installed this week as well. And what happened a few weeks ago is we had these great wallpaper folks come in, and we have our first bathroom Now you can actually see the flooring as well. This is the library bathroom number 1 with the wood panel flooring. And if you can go down to the next bathroom number 2 is going to be the map room bathroom that will decorate appropriately. But as we turn back around, we'll go ahead and move through these double swinging doors, which cost a pretty penny, by the way, into now what is the kitchen. Now, one of the things that's occurred is all of the flooring has been done in the last 2 weeks. So we'll see some of the flooring in the exterior momentarily, but we have this beautiful gray epoxy floor that all just got poured just last week. Matching beautifully with the stainless steel walls, our water heaters. We've started to pull equipment in here. The giant hood, which I think might have been in place the last time we had an update video, is now fully functioning. We're waiting to get all of our kitchen equipment that's on order to be installed before we can do the final testing and final inspections on everything. And as you can see, the plumbers have started to put in sinks. We are starting to move in equipment. The cooler folks will be back on Monday to do the final testing on the walk-in coolers and display coolers. So a lot of action has been happening that perhaps doesn't look like much, but we're in the final testing phase of all this stuff. But let's turn back around and go back to the front door and then head the opposite direction. Back to the front doors, let's head over to the cafe side. And as I suggested before, all the flooring is now done, although we have most of it covered up, but you can start to get a glimpse of it here. So we have this beautiful pattern tile that's all in the foyer coming in through the front doors, and it wraps around both sides of the display cooler in front. And then the rest of it, the floor is here and on the other side of this beautiful dark green wood. You see also that it looks like we're still just filled full of junk, but that's because we're at the phase now of starting to move in furniture and fixtures and other things that will be permanent residents here. So we've had stuff here, a lot of equipment that we've salvaged, a lot of it for free that we've gotten from friends and associates, that we've had Wine Lab crew over here cleaning and getting back up to snuff so it can be installed here. But as you see now, we have this beautiful pattern floor that naturally leads customers, future customers, over to the front counter area, and continuing on over to the bar area. Again, by this time tomorrow, we will have these beautiful white quartz countertops installed in all of this. And the plumber is finishing up doing all the installation of everything that requires water. And the last big flourish that's happening right now is, you see over here on this far wall, I'm sorry, thank you, Katie. We got another great, beautiful wallpaper event happening behind the whole front counter and bar area that we think is beautiful. Drop ceiling has been installed since our last update. This is going to have kind of a fake French tin look with the drop ceiling tiles that will be installed the next time we do an update video. But also what's happening is this beautiful giant bar mirror that I got at Black Dog Salvage. It's actually a 20-foot mirror. It's in 2 pieces, so you can't see it all. It will have to be reconstructed back together behind the bar. And we also have this great masonry crew in here right now that's putting a faux brick application in all the interior walls. So that everything looks kind of like brick from the outside to the inside. And you can now see Katie's doing a whole pan. You see the beautiful white drop ceiling, exposed ceiling that's going to go wonderfully with the faux white brick. And the floors are done, and we're getting down to that point of it's time to get this place open, and we are working hard at it. As I already pointed out at the top of this video, we want to get the grocery gourmet shop open first so we can test out all the computer systems and actually start getting some cash flow. And that will allow us to have a little bit more time to get the kitchen staffed up and be hiring people. And we have a very strong potential candidate for I won't call him a chef, but an operations manager, which is what we really need to be able to order everything, produce everything, package everything for the to-go side, but also hire people to get the kitchen up and running. So we have a head honcho for the kitchen, which we assume will be confirmed very soon. And then we'll start hiring people as the second phase to get the kitchen up and running. And then the third and final phase is once the kitchen's up and running and we can serve food made to order, it will be the grand launch and the cafe will open. So that's where we're at right now. It's down to what we call FF&E, furniture, fixtures, and equipment. And the finishing stuff is making everything look very beautiful. It's even surpassing Katie and my expectations and everybody else who walks in here. It doesn't look like much on video and it's still covered with a lot of junk and dust and stuff, but trust me, this place is getting ready to turn absolutely gorgeous in the next 2 to 3 weeks, at which point you'll be here shopping, we'll pour some champagne, we'll get things up and running, and then we're off to the races. But for now, July 16th, this is kind of the last big interchange between us on updates, because the next ones will be, okay, now we're opening. So hit us up if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. We are, for you Draper purveyors, folks, we are supposed to close on the property next Wednesday. That's July 22nd. So for the PropCo property owning company folks, we will technically and officially own the building and the property by this time next week. And for all of you Draper Provisions, the operating company, we hope to be open in 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 weeks. We're going to beat it. We're going to make it before football season. That's all I got. We still could stand to have a few more investors in Draper Purveyors. So if you know anybody else that wants to throw a little capital down to own part of this magical place we're getting ready to open, hit me up immediately. Otherwise, hit me and Katie up if you guys want to take a personalized tour or just share a glass and get more personal details. Thank you all so much for all your support up to this point. We are very, very close to the finish line. We'll see you guys very, very soon.